an environmental scientist on their board, and she can read and decipher, you know, when there's spikes in the air and the air quality. So that should be happening soon. I just talked to Jen tonight. She's also going to have one put on her house. Yeah, I talked to her tonight. Well, I didn't give her last name, so she doesn't. Nobody knows who Jen is. Anyway, Jen's gonna have one put on her house, and she hadn't filled out the form yet, so she's gonna get that done, and then hopefully we'll find out on Thursday, like when they're actually going to be put on the houses. I know we discussed also about buying some from like the borough-owned ones. Are we still planning to do that?
Yeah, that's what the council.
We didn't need to vote on that, right? Because it was under a certain amount of money.
I think that's what it said.
Yeah,
Okay.
they weren't very expensive.
They're about $300 a piece, $2.99 or something. So we were thinking about getting 3 for our purposes, and then we would get the data as well, but it would be a little less scientific and easier to read, the ones we're getting.
Who would monitor this?
Yeah. Anybody can monitor them, literally. You can just go on that website and pull up, and it'll tell you if it's...
So it goes to an app or something, the readings?
Yes, you'd have
Yes.
to download
No, you don't have to download an app, it's a website.
Oh, it is a website? Okay.
Do these have to go on houses, or can they go like, in soil or on trees?
No, they have to be, I think, like between like 10 to like 14 feet off the ground,
So they have
so
to
that
be
they
up.
get, yeah. But you don't want them too high either, because the methane sinks.
Well, I was gonna say, that's why we encounter the smell, is because
Yeah,
we're in the
'cause
valley
it
and it
sinks.
sinks down to us, so.
Yes.
What,
Yes.
what would we gain by buying them if they're supplying us with 3?
Because we're not gonna, well, I mean, they will get the data from them, but they're only lending them to us for 3 months.
Oh,
So after the 3 months, they take them back, they're theirs, they're not ours.
We'll essentially get long-term data out of it.
Yeah, we'll get
Okay.
long-term data that if we did ever go back to waste management and say, hey, this is what your dump is causing, we have documented proof.
So this would come from an accredited entity?
Yes,
to-
yes, that's what
this
Protect
could be-
PT is.
Yes.
Yeah, they would be our accredited
And
organization.
they're only doing it for 3 months.
Yes,
I
because they
didn't
lend
realize
these
that.
out, they lend these
Okay.
out to different communities, so, you know, Clarendon Coke Works is a big one. People live in that area.
That's enough.
Yeah. But we'll find out more on Thursday.
Yep.
Come down to the meeting.
Yes, please. And that's all I have, Mr. President. Thank you.
Thank you. Electric, Mr. Dick.
Yeah, the pole line in the 1100 block of Wall Avenue was moved to the non-creek side of the street. We saved a bunch of money doing this ourselves. It would have been well over $100,000 if we contracted it out, so, thanks to Jim and the crew and Verizon for doing that for us. That's all.
Thank you. Nothing from the Public Safety Committee. Solicitors report.
No items for public report, Mr. President, thank you.
Engineers report.
Thank you. Since last time we talked, we got our combined sewer overflow MPDS permit, which was required. So that came in last month. We paved Creighton, Overdale, and Through Alley. There's a punch list meeting with the contractor that's going to occur Thursday. Jim Cunningham's coming there, so if there's any complaints about any of the alleys, now's the time to let me or Jim know about it. So we can talk to the contractor and get it addressed. We should be expecting some demo to start coming in. The COG is finalizing their contracts on the 2 of them, but we issued a notice to proceed for 721 to 723 K Street and 650 12th Street. So hopefully we see some demolition happening here in the next month or so.
Terrific.
And we already talked about the LSA grant. Any questions for me?
I don't know if it was ever, was Dawn here that last time when we talked about that little alley that goes down at the end of 9th Street? I don't think you
No,
were.
he wasn't here.
We said something about maybe using millings or something. Remember that conversation?
Yeah, behind.
Opposite end of you.
I thought it was behind.
Behind
Yeah, behind
Simon,
Simon.
is,
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
so, I don't, Dawn can take a look at it.
Yeah, if you wanna take a look at it.
And it wasn't the whole thing, it was just part of it, right?
I think it was just
You
our
just look
crew
at it.
doing it, using our roller, to trying to do it, fix it up.
Yeah, just, they're not looking for perfection. I mean, they basically just said, we just don't want to get stuck back here whenever it snows and or, you know,
I
so.
can take a look at it.
Is that-
Jim aware of it, I assume?
What's that?
Is Jim aware of it, I assume?
I think there's a natural spring that like runs back there too, which may
Okay.
be part of the problem.
It's the very end of 9th Street, there's an alley.
Okay.
When are you gonna start back?
I'm sorry?
Backus garage, when are you starting to tear that down?
What's the address on that?
121.
121 Wall Avenue.
Should be soon.
He was waiting to get the go-ahead from the COG. He was waiting for
I got an email
Yeah,
today.
we got the lead bidder and everything, now that the COG is in the process of writing a contract with the lead bidder, and that's Katowski Construction, so they're just finalizing the contract.
Nick,
I got an email today that all he has to do is submit a certificate of insurance, and as soon as he submits that, he's ready to go. So he said as soon as he gets that, probably in tomorrow, he's probably gonna start next week.
did anybody contact you about a key
Key?
and entering that building?
No. Somebody had contacted Mike about it, and Mike gave him my phone number and talked to him
reached
about
out
it, and
to
he
you
has not
yet?
reached out to me.
Okay, good enough.
Is that it, sir?
That's all?
Okay, borough managers report.
All right, the capital improvement fund has $361,266. The paving that we talked about, that's around, gonna be around $45,000, that's gonna come out of that account. Electric system capital improvement account has $102,371. We did just pay the bill for a new fence around the substation, if anybody noticed that. We actually were able to move it a little further away from the substation for safety reasons. Local Dirty Camp Run has 69,000. Sewer Capital Improvement Fund has 787,000. Public Safety Fund has 109,777. And the ARPA funds have 237,889. Liquid Fuels has 81,418, and the Bond Repayment Fund has 304,859. The year-to-date and preliminary budget was all submitted to council, and the tax collector collected $3,289 in the month of, I should say, October, and total to date is $421,000.
Thank you. Chief's report. Nothing. And adjournment's in order.
Mr. President, I did forget, can we, Mike has been in contact with the Pittsburgh Food Bank, and they are willing to come out the first Wednesday of every month, and you said from 3:30 to 5, Mike, is that correct?
3 to 5.
3 to 5.
And where would that be?
They're gonna set up behind the park.
Behind the park building?
In the parking lot, so it could be a drive-through, is that what
No,
you're?
they're gonna back the truck up, so people can, so it's gonna be behind the park building.
So they need to walk
Okay.
up there.
So it'll be a walk-through.
Yeah.
It'll be a walkthrough, yes.
Can we move that down to the high rise? There's a lot of people down there that can't walk.
Well, we'd have to get permission from them. They
I
weren't
can
really
give you
looking
Lori's
for,
phone number.
the food bank wasn't looking for private, they wanted a public space
Yeah.
when they
Yeah.
contacted me.
Lot of,
No, I understand, I
I can ask,
volunteered
Bill.
for 'em.
How many, Debbie, you were involved with the food bank, how many people from the building came? Before
We
you got
actually
into it?
delivered there more, I was responsible for reaching out to them, and setting delivery times. I'm gonna say about 6, but there were people that would walk, and a lot of them didn't come because they're just not able.
Maybe we can plan out something as far as getting
See,
it
that,
delivered to
it was
them.
a delivery, that was
Yeah.
one benefit of the old food pantry, is that they had a delivery system where all the other food banks, you either drive through, you have to supply your own way of getting the items to your house.
Right,
That's the sad part about it.
we can work something out and figure out how to deliver
Yeah,
some stuff down
they
there.
contacted me when they heard that Pitcairn Food Bank, food pantry was closed. They wanted to do like a drop drop system. They're just gonna bring their truck, set up the pallets, and then people can walk through and pick up whatever.
Are they gonna stay to help hand it out, or do we have to provide
Yeah,
volunteers?
they'll be here for those 2 hours.
Okay.
That's it. And then, they'll pack up and take everything with them.
There were several times the Assembly of God in Monroeville brought a truck right by the substation.
Yeah.
No, they don't do it anymore.
Yeah,
But that was a good place because people could just get to the light, cross the light, and they wouldn't get jammed up in the parking lot. They just parked the truck and put it at the back, and you had to pick up note. And I guess when they
right,
ran out.
yeah, they're not doing it. I did list
Well, I
on
know that, but why
Facebook,
wouldn't these people meet there? It's more accessible, they don't have
This
to
is a
walk.
huge company,
It's-
they don't care.
yeah,
I mean, they don't even have to go up there.
They wanted something too, because they bring the stuff on pallets, and they want to just be able to drop the pallet, put a pallet jack under it, and pull it away from the truck. So they can, you might have 5 or 6 pallets that you're gonna go by and pick the food items that you want, I guess.
maybe once they come and survey the area and see what happens, it might be a possibility, but it has to be a public spot, that they provide. I lost my train of thought there.
Oh, I know. When is the parking lot getting paved? This was a fire question. I'm sorry.
Well, there's no date right now.
There's no date,
We're gonna
okay.
bid it out.
So
this
for
spring.
December 16th for the Christmas party,
Okay.
we're okay to have a fire in the middle of
I
lot?
asked it.
Okay, okay,
You can light a fire.
okay. I'm not lighting anything.
Is there anything else to be discussed at this point? And adjournment's in order.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion to adjourn. All in favor?
Let's leave. Aye.
Executive session.
Yeah. I'm sorry, there'll be an executive session after this to discuss some personnel issues.
We taking a fiver?
And
Thank you. I gotta get
it
up
won't take
anyway.
long. You can stand.
I'm getting there. That was too long.
We're having an executive session now. Everybody has to be out there. Go ahead. I'll give you 5 minutes.
I'm gonna be
Contractors?
Where are you now? We're having executive. We need
Right now, we know it's.
you. Fear, I'm telling you. It means I have a meeting every day this week after
I'm trying to get interest set up. We'll see you, Doug. Yeah, give me a call. That's what I was. No.
I'll see her, they might want one contract.
Yeah.
Well, that's Wednesday, I might not see her.
We have a permit, we have a permit in place.
White cover hat. It's not. They want me to get a cover.
The hydrants now.
We use the same design that the state provided for the site. They're kind of like a standalone, they can be done either before or after stop.
A little bit above and a little bit below.
Can I help you?
You want a hug?
I'm sure they do.
No, it's a mess, yes.
Yeah, it's a mess.
Well, it's a little soft out there.
Same place.
Yeah.
I only need the operators right here.
It's not that old. It's down in Czech.
What do you mean? I don't know. We
Park there.
Where?
Inside the central room.
I don't think it is. Is it one of the bikes that they show
Well, that's okay.
With a battery inside the building.
Everything has a battery now.
378.
Okay, I'm gonna make
As long as it's like one of them things that they ride on, you know what I mean? The scooters.
it's not a handicap.
Well, it's not a handicap
Look
scooter?
at it.
I'll go look at it.
Really good.
Yeah, I'll go look at
Did that
Yeah.
dog, did it die?
You all right back there?
Oh, I'm great.
Huh?
I'm great, how are you?
Don't tell anybody you saw me in the bar.
I would never.
Huh?
I don't see him anymore.
Did you see what I was drinking?
No. Oh, really? I don't drink either, so.
it. He's gonna try to run 516 on his commercial space now.
I'll see you around.
So that way there's no
Where'd you go?
I'm going.
He's gonna run out 110 Center
Don't you
Ave,
want to discuss?
516 Broadway, all has commercials.
Well, I had a question
If you
regarding.
have something for him, executive, that's fine.
I didn't know what the executive's for, that's all.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's another personnel matter, but if you wanna talk to Scott about,
Well, I had a question towards you, because you said in the meeting he had asked for a different number that wasn't on the paper. We were talking about the budget.
right, it's on the paper.
That's the number he asked for?
It's off to the right.
Yeah, that's fine.
I just did the 5% based on how much the police cost that was.
See, I thought you meant there's another amount.
We'll make arrangements.
Oh, it's down below. See, I'm thinking that's with this. I'm thinking that's with.
I had to do it that way.
Of course, it hasn't moved it all up there. It's never moved.
I thought, see, I seen
Logan's
this, I seen
arrested.
5%, and I said,
It's
chief is
been there all that
requesting.
time.
How much is requesting, 5%?
It causes problems because they're doing all that construction with the water company and all that stuff.
Pool table and some other things, but they think they're gonna have to move, so that's why all that stuff's on the front porch right now.
Headache.
So hopefully
They
they
got
won't
to
be doing
do
them too much longer.
Was it
It was, it was actually
No,
getting cranky.
but they think they're gonna have to, because the homeowners are gonna buy it right now.
Okay, I understand it.
Kids.
Whenever I was reading it, I was reading it completely wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The landlord and her were fighting.
See you later.
All right, Scott, have a good night.
See ya.
Have a good night. I'll go through that.
This is gonna take her.
And is it blue?
You just gotta get Nick.
Gray and blue. It's pictures. All right, I'm leaving. All right.
We can talk to Betsy
We don't want to
later.
be here all night.
All right, I'm sorry, guys.
Did you turn the camera off?
No.
You should probably do that.
Yeah, probably.
Edit out that last.
Wonderful job.
Cut that off.